Hello everyone, I'm Heather and this is Heather Travels. And one of the questions that I, as a YouTube creator, and honestly most every YouTube creator gets asked at one point or another, is what kind of equipment do we use? What do we use for filming? And what kind of software do we use for editing? A lot of creators have answered these questions before. My son actually lists everything in the About section on his YouTube homepage, so people can just look at it whenever they want. I got asked this question again recently, and I thought I would take a little time to make a video and show you exactly what it is that I use to film and edit videos for my channel. Okay, the number one simplest thing that I use for a lot of filming is my phone. I currently have a Samsung Galaxy S21. I've had it for a couple years now. It takes great photos. It takes phenomenally good video. It really does. It's very good in low light. It's probably the best low light option I have. It's very stable. However, I will add that my kids have mentioned to me that I am incredibly stable holding it. If you ever watch like Tim Tracker and his wife Jen, sometimes Jen will take the camera and she always complains. She's like, I can't hold this as steady as Tim can. We're kind of like that. I can hold my phone really steady, especially if I'm using my little holder tripod thing, which I'll show you in a minute. And the kids, if I'm like, hey, film for me for a second, they have a little more trouble. Like it'll be a little bit shaky, but the phone itself has great stabilization. And so my phone is great. And if you listen to a lot of other travel creators or even other types of creators who've answered this type of question about what do they use to film, for a lot of people, it's their phone. If you have a modern, current, relatively new smartphone, it's gonna take good video and have good stabilization and might be all you need. Other travel creators that I watch that I know have recently mentioned that they do most of their filming with their smartphone are Jen LaForge and Gary Bembridge. And Gary even admits he used to take, he'd haul with him. He's got really nice cameras because he also really likes to do nature photography and things like that, with the big lenses and everything. But sometimes your phone is all you need. And the reason I like using my cell phone is because I can film discreetly. I tried the little Pocket Osmos thing one time and I found out you actually had to connect it to your phone anyway. So I was like, well, that's dumb. I might as well just use my phone. So and save a step, but I really like using my phone. I use my phone in a lot of situations. I do have other cameras though that I use in certain situations, and I will show you those in a minute. You don't need to get the latest new iPhone every year, people. Oh my gosh, what a waste of money. I mean, Apple is so fleecing people with that concept. Use your phone until you need to get a new phone. It literally dies and doesn't work anymore. Now, I previously had a Samsung Galaxy S8. Was it a Galaxy? I don't know. It was a really great phone and I had it for years and it worked fantastic. But I did notice over time, a couple of years ago, that the picture quality was starting to get poorer and the sound quality especially was kind of going downhill. And so I chose to upgrade to this phone that I have now that I'm filming on right now with using just natural light from my windows. Natural light, by the way, is your best friend with filming. I really feel strongly that I look best in natural light. I do not look good under artificial lighting at all. So I noticed immediately a improvement in my video quality and an improvement in my photo quality and in my sound quality of my videos when I upgraded to this phone. I do have my son who's more tech savvy than me. He goes into my settings for me and makes sure I'm getting the best quality video. Like he just upgraded it for me yesterday because I noticed a video I put up on YouTube was only at 480p and I was like, what the heck? And I think it was actually a YouTube thing, but he went into my settings on my phone and made sure I'm getting the most optimum video quality settings on the filming end. And he does that for me on my cameras too. So I'm not necessarily good at that stuff. So I'm really glad I have him to help me with that. Okay, while we're at it here, I will show you my main bigger tripod, which I just took the phone off. This is, it's grippy, it can bend, it's flexible, it has a built-in focus, it has a built-in level. This is a separate top thing that I bought to put on the top. I like this one because I can loosen and tighten it, and I can also flip it. So if I ever want to film vertically, like for a short, I can flip it sideways so that the phone is, you know, this way. So that's my main tripod that I mainly use at home. Once in a while we take it on trips with us. And over here, this is what we take with us when we travel. This little bag and this little bag. They are nearly identical. Technically, this one is mine and this one is Ben's, but we share the equipment in them, and I will show you what is inside them. So mine is just one big compartment. They're padded. We got these on Amazon. They're padded and cushioned inside so that they protect your stuff nice and soft. We keep our cords neatly up in here. We will have more cords there when we're actually traveling because our charging cords and data cable that I connect my phone to my computer with sit in a little basket next to the printer on our kitchen counter. But I'll show you what's in here. We take a whole bunch of lens wipes. They're not just for glasses. These are great for wiping off your screens, cleaning your disgusting, filthy phone. Your phone is the grossest thing you own, okay? You need to be cleaning your phone constantly. So we take these, we clean off our phones and our phone screens. I don't necessarily use them on the cameras, but I could, okay? And they work great for glasses too, and sunglasses. So I always have a whole bunch of those. Okay, in here, this is my little one that I use with my phone. I can also unscrew it, and then I can use this with one of my cameras too. Now this is perfect for holding in my hand, but it also opens up and it's a little tripod. Isn't that nifty? And so if I have this on it, I can use it with my phone. It's grippy and it gets bigger. I squeeze it and it gets bigger so I can get my phone on there without scratching it. This also works fantastic in the car. The tripod-y part has little rubber feet, so I can stick this on the dashboard and use it to film us talking in the car or whatever we're driving and looking at. So this thing is terrific. I love this little guy. We actually have two of these. Ben uses the other one. Okay, also in this bag, this is our little sound machine. I mentioned this last year. We got it for Europe because we used to have a fan. We still have a fan. We actually have two fans now because I keep forgetting to take stuff with me on trips. But this is our little sound machine that we take with us. It's battery and it recharges. That's its cable. So we just recharge it during the day and we use it for sound at night. Like that. It does also have ocean and waves and rain and stuff like that. Okay. Fuel rod for Disney. We definitely use these at Disney because they have fuel rod exchange stations all over the place. Megan has one of these too. I think Ben has one too. We probably have three of them. They cost like $20, $25, $30 at the little kiosks all over Disney World. They're in the resort hotels too. But these hold a good charge and will charge your phone all up. They're slow, but if your phone dies in the parks, you want to have one of these. And if this dies and you still need more charge, you can go to one of the kiosks and you exchange it and it doesn't cost you anything. I also have two Anchor portable chargers. They look like this. So one's for charging this and one's for charging the phone or whatever other device you need to charge. I find that it's easier to carry stuff like this than it is to get a bunch of extra batteries. Batteries are expensive. Okay, and then I have a GoPro. This is a little bit of an older GoPro. It doesn't have a screen, you'll notice. It doesn't have a monitor. So I don't love using my GoPro because Two reasons. One, I can't see what I'm filming, so I'm just guessing. I'll turn it on. Second reason is this. Oh, I think it's dead. It's dead right now. It needs to be charged. So, but it makes a really loud beeping noise every time you turn it on. And I find that to be a little bit distracting. But I do like this grippy that I bought for it. I believe it also floats. Yeah, it does. It floats. That's the orange. And it has a wrist strap so I can put it around my wrist. Okay, which I usually do. Because the only time I will use my GoPro is if I'm going in water or it's raining. That's about the only time I use my GoPro anymore. But it is nice to have in case one of those things is true. Okay. All right. So that's what's in that one. And then this one has 2 layers. So this top one, Ben has, he's got some extra cables. What's he got here? Ben is extremely organized. I don't even know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. And he's got a lens wipe in there. And he can obviously fit more cables. And then here he's got 2 battery chargers. These are for the cameras. So to charge the batteries for the cameras, we need these. One's for one Canon camera, one's for the other one. They're both Canons. The plug flips out like that. You put the battery right here and it plugs into the wall. So we have 2 of those because the 2 camera batteries, you can see this one, the battery is much bigger than this one. It's flatter. So those just sit right there. And then on this side, he actually doesn't have anything right there right now. But here's our cameras. This is the older one, the older, smaller one. Still works great. Can take picture and video with this. Ben's got that other little tripod thing. And he doesn't have a top to it because the only time he would use it would be to put it on the bottom of a camera, which I'll show you in a second. And then in here, it has a blue case because it's a blue camera. This is just a handy little Canon PowerShot. That's what it looks like. But it takes decent photo and video. And so we use this one sometimes. It's nice and small and light. And it has a wrist strap. We can screw that little tripod onto it on the bottom. And then you can hold it like this. So you can have the wrist strap around your wrist and be holding it like this. Or open it up and use it with its little tripod. Like that. And this thing works on the other camera as well. Screws in the bottom like that, just the same. Okay, this is the other much more expensive camera. This one probably cost about $75, $100. This one cost about $700, $800. This one is a very nice camera. I highly recommend you get cases for your cameras, folks. This is a Canon G7X. And it's much hardier. This thing is hefty. It's heavier, and that's why I don't love carrying it. I mean, we will carry it. You know, we have the little case. We have a carabiner on the case. So we could, you know, strap it to a backpack or jeans or something. So, I mean, this is a nice camera. It has a lot of good features. Ben could explain them to you better than I can. It does have a zoom that the other one doesn't. And the screen will flip up. So then we can do like selfie mode or like be talking to the lens and we can see what we're filming. So that's the advantages of this one. It also is better quality than the little blue one. Better sound and picture and video quality. However, this camera and this camera are still worse in dim light than my phone. So if I want to be filming inside, I want to use my phone. And if I want to be filming nature or outside, go back and watch my Hubbard Glacier video. I took all of that footage with this camera, and it is stunning. It is absolutely gorgeous footage of the Hubbard Glacier that I took with this camera. So if you want outdoor, good daylight nature photography, this thing is great. And then Ben also has this, which he swears by. This is great for cruise cabins that often only have one outlet. It's got three USBs, so we can charge 3 things at once. And then you just plug it into the wall like that. And so this is really handy if you need to charge multiple devices at a time and you don't have multiple outlets to do it with. We also have some adapters that are very similar to this. Those are in a different drawer, and I'd only take those with me if we're traveling internationally. And then he's got another fuel rod in here. And I know Megan has one too. So that is all our gear that we travel with. That's all we take with us. These 2 little cushioned bags. Doesn't take up much room at all. They fit easily in the bottom of a backpack. All right. Our family has a variety of electronic things. We have multiple laptops. Ben and I like our desktops. Ben has a beautiful setup here. He's got dual monitors. He's got a game controller. He's got a keyboard that he loves. He's got a nice mouse. I mean, he's upgrading these all the time. Chair. He has an NZXT computer. He has his mic set up that he can move around for when he does live streams and stuff like that. And his computer, he has made some custom modifications to it himself. Things with fans and lights and stuff like that inside. So he's very computer savvy. So Ben's set up, he's got a light over his monitor for at night to help with his eyes and stuff like that. So Ben takes his computer setup very seriously. Ben has his own channel. It's all animation based, and he does his filming, all of his filming and all of his editing and everything right here. I also have a very nice desktop computer. I have a Dell XPS. It's a beast. It's more than I need. Ben yelled at me because he said, "You want more computer than you need, Mom." But it works so much better than my old desktop computer that I had. We bought both of these a year and a half ago when we moved here. I have a nice Dell monitor. It's nothing huge, but that's all I need. I have a little stand to raise it up for me myself. I have a mic too. So if I'm filming at my computer doing a live stream, you can hear me better. Let me show you the software that I use to edit. So Ben and I both use Wondershare Filmora. It's a really great editing software program. It's fairly expensive, but we really like how much you can do with it. And we both have lifetime licenses. So we get free upgrades forever. And we just both upgraded to version 12. I think when we started, we were on like 7 or something like that. And it works really great. I mean, this is actually already a fully edited video that I brought up here just to show you. This is what we use, and it works really nice, and it has a lot of really cool features. So we use Wondershare Filmora to edit our videos, all set up to be compatible with YouTube and everything. So there you go. That is everything that I use to film my videos and to edit my videos for you. I will tell you that filming is the easy part. Filming is much simpler. Editing takes forever. Editing is a skill that you develop with practice over a long period of time. I've been doing this for 5 years, and my editing has improved greatly from when I first started doing YouTube. Ben is still far better editor than I am, but he does a lot of creative things. He's edited a video for me here and there every once in a while, but it's a completely different thing when you're editing, real life, like what I film, and you're editing animated stuff and games like what he films. So it's a totally different process. But we both use Wondershare Filmora to edit, so we do have that in common. And like I've mentioned in videos before, we kind of learned the whole process of how to do YouTube together over time. And I figure things out and then I share them with Ben. Ben figures things out and he shares them with me. It's really nice that we're sitting here just like across the room from each other. So we are very much partners in our YouTube journey and have learned together over time. YouTube did just launch, at the time I'm filming this, a new app called YouTube Create. I haven't tried it yet. I've got it on my phone. I installed it on my phone. It's where you can actually edit video right on your phone. And I know some people do that. I can't imagine doing that because I really need my whole monitor and keyboard and everything, but I might use it for shorts. So I haven't done a short in quite a while, but when I do another short, like when we're traveling, I'm gonna try to edit them and put them up right away on the new YouTube Create app. So I might mention in the short, like this is my first time using the YouTube Create app. But that's something new that they just put out and I haven't had a chance to try it yet. I hope that this answered all of your questions for those of you who are wondering what kind of equipment and software I use to film and edit my videos. And I hope you found this interesting or helpful. If you have any questions about anything, leave it down in the comments below. If you liked this video at all, please be sure to give me a thumbs up down below. And if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming travel content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Have a great day, everyone, and safe travels!